Welcome back to This Sacred Life. I'm Shann Vanderleek, and I'm so glad that you're here with me today. I will not be offering an interview this month, but I do have a topic that I'd like to cover today that I think will bring you some joy and sweetness. And it's a conversation about divine play and how incredibly important it is to find pathways to play during this really wild adventure on planet Earth. Between the pandemic and politics and so much loss, we simply must find time to get back to creation, to the things that bring us joy. I bring this forward because I was lucky enough to sit in a circle with my teacher, Lorraine, and divine play came up as part of the conversation. And I thought, oh, wow, what a great reminder. I was inspired and immediately started to make a brand new collage for a notebook that I had that was, just this boring notebook that I thought I'll cover it up and make it beautiful. And that led to listening to music and dancing and singing and just allowing myself some time to play, to move my body in different ways, to do the things that I used to do as a youngling, like painting or collaging or writing or singing. I actually had Florence and the Machine on repeat, the song Big God, which I just find to be so incredible. And I played it over and over and over again to memorize the words, very much like I would do when I was 10 or 11 years old. My girlfriends and I wanted to know every word to every song. It just was such a breath of fresh air. I wonder how divine play might show up for you. What are some of the things that you used to love to do when you were young? And when's the last time you did them? Now is the time, my beautiful friends. Now is the time to uncover whatever that is. Start painting, start writing, get outside with your camera, allow yourself a project to beautify an area of your home. It doesn't matter what it is. It's just something that brings you sweetness. Maybe it's a new altar that you create. Maybe it's finally repairing something that is valuable, something that you love that's kind of been pushed to the side and in need of repair. I realize that that's a little bit outside of divine play, but it is creating your space. It is allowing you to look around and see how much more beauty you can bring into your environment, how much more beauty you're willing to allow in your life. Finding that energy of playfulness helps balance out some of the heaviness that's come from all we've experienced. I have a number of friends who have lost loved ones to COVID-19. I have another group of friends who have had it and survived it. I have a husband who goes off to work every day, and of course, I worry. But I also know that he's being as careful as he possibly can. We have kids away at school. We have kids at home that can't go to school. There's just so many scenarios that make us feel like everything is so serious. My remedy for that is to lighten up, is to allow yourself some time to lighten up, to be lighter, to allow for it, to carve it out. All of the heaviness, all of the serious stuff isn't going anywhere for a while, but you can make choices and changes that can be a better support system to what you are experiencing. This weekend, my husband and I had a laugh, and we laugh a lot, so it wasn't like we had a laugh and that was the only laugh. But the story is that I found this old wool sweater that I bought in Scotland. It was one of those beautiful cable knit fisherman sweaters that is so warm that I never wear it because I tend to run warm, and it's been incredibly cold recently. So I thought, oh my gosh, I'll wear that sweater. Well, that sweater looked much better on the younger version of Shann than it does now. And I'm not shaming myself. It's just the truth. So I put this sweater on and I didn't really think much of it other than I wanted to be warm. We were going out in nature. We were taking a drive, and I could tell by the way my husband was teasing me about the sweater that it probably wasn't a very flattering thing for me to be wearing. We had these jokes all day long about me being a fisherman. We even went to Fish Town in Leland. He was just, aren't you awfully hot in that sweater, la la la. And it comes back around to, I looked ridiculous in the sweater. I looked like a ball of yarn in the sweater. But we had such a laugh about it. And I could laugh about how ridiculous this all was. And he could tease me, and we could have this moment of lightness in the midst of all of the rest of what's going on in the world. Find your funny bone. Allow yourself to laugh, whatever it takes. Watch a comedy instead of a drama. Listen to your favorite comedian. Maybe you haven't done that in years. There's video available across many platforms that you can get your hands on so that you can have a laugh. Call that friend who makes you laugh. Reach out to the people who have always been the most playful in your life, and you will notice a significant change in how you feel. There'll be a much lighter feeling that you can draw upon during this really wild ride. Divine play. What does divine play look like for you? When I'm done recording this podcast, one of the things that I'll be doing is preparing a new canvas for painting. I love painting. I started to paint, 5 or 6 years ago, had the easel out in the living room, painted whenever I felt like it, loved it. And then it got put away, forgotten about, and every day I've been thinking, oh, I need to paint. I want to paint. What am I going to paint next? Well, it's time to paint. So the easel's coming out, and I have an idea of what I want to put on the canvas. And that is my divine play for this week, is to begin painting again. I invite you to pick one thing. If you can pick more than one, then have at it. That's even better. But pick something. Let yourself play. If you feel like it, let me know what you chose. I'd love to hear from you. Well, that's all for today. Thank you so much for listening in to This Sacred Life. I really appreciate you, and I hope that this episode inspires you to embrace divine play.